ink onto the type. Nothing too fancy about these, it's just wood. They're sheep's wool on the inside and a leather covering. Already have the ink on it. They use linseed oil, lamp black, and tree sap made up the ink. Two people would do this. One person would ink the press, put the ink on. Two people doing it, they do a sheet every 20 seconds. They can do about 2,000 sheets a day. This is pretty much how they printed everything, books and newspapers. How Ben printed his almanac, Paul Richards' almanac, he printed just like this. Now the first step to ink the press, the second step to get the paper out. The paper we print on is damp. It opens up the pores of the paper. They used rag. Ben and his wife Debbie went around collecting rags, and they take it to the paper mill and have it made into paper. This paper is 25% cotton. Comes close to the type of paper Ben would have used. And the final step is to press it. You see why they call this a printing press. Pressing it down, pressing the paper down onto the ink and type. The pressmen were paid $1 a day, but in order to get their $1, they had to meet their quota. If they didn't meet their quota, no money for that day. So incentive to work, I guess, right? You want to get paid. And this is what the Declaration of Independence looked like when it first came out, the broadside version of it. The night of the 4th of July, about 200 copies were printed up. This is what the Declaration looked like to most people living back then. The ink is wet, the paper is wet. The final step in the whole business is to hang it up and let it dry. The other job in the shop is to set the type. And that's what we do by the windows. Over there we see those cases, that's where we keep our type. Each letter is a separate piece of lead type. It's called movable type because that's what it is, it's movable. Each letter is separate. You'd have to put it in the mirror image here, if you want to get it to come right side up, where you can read it, you put it in like this. Pretty much how they printed everything, letter by letter, word by word, line by line. They had different sizes of type to choose from, different point sizes, different font. A lot of the terms we use come from printing, like upper and lower case. Come from the fact that the capital letters were kept in the uppercase and the smaller letters in the lowercase. That's pretty much how they printed everything back in the 18th century. Fastest way to get out news back then, the printing press. I mean, this was sort of like the combination laser jet printer, computer, internet of its time. This is the way you got out news back then. Fastest way to do it. Print it up. I mean, a whole lot faster than trying to sit there with a quill pen, you know, try to write everything out longhand. This made got out news. It played a key role in the revolution, getting out news to people in the colonies about what's going on. So that's a little bit about what happened, how it was all done. Do you have any questions about it?